11 months ago, we sat in a room together and we talked about this moment. That when you get into this moment, you can't just want it. You've got to pay a price to earn it. You've got to pay a price to get on this stage. When you walk down the tunnel, think about everything you've done to prepare for this moment. They have not done what you have done. They are not ready to take this thing where you're willing to take it. Your togetherness is better, your effort is better, your culture is better, so put it on display for 3.5 hours and go get it.
Howdy, Aggs. Welcome into the Aggie Audible. I am your host, Lee Hillis, and it is game week. The Florida Gators roll into Kyle Field for a Saturday night showdown. But first, let's bring in our co-host, the Fighting Texas Aggie class of 2022, Kyle Lovingood.
Chomp, chomp. How are you?
Oh, as I said, it's game week.
It is game week. Man, I'm pumped. I'm tired, but guess what? I'm still pumped for this game.
Which I should be getting tired, but I can't because I've got to pack because I got a flight early in the morning.
So are you drinking coffee or Red Bull after this while you go packing?
Probably Celsius.
So okay. All right. I see those all over Kyle Field. They actually advertise those there. So all right.
But yeah, 9:45 flight to Dallas.
Yeah.
And then Dallas to Austin.
Are you going to be blessed man in the morning because you're going to be arriving, in the best state in the whole USA.
Bingo. And then about a 2-hour trip to College Station, Texas.
There you go.
Got a little TCU A&M exhibition tomorrow night at the corner of Bush and Olsen, as Andrew Monaco likes to say.
Oh, man. I would love to be at that. If I was fortunate enough to be there, I would be there. But I will be arriving to College Station early on Saturday morning.
Which hopefully there's a meetup in the works.
Yes, hopefully we can make that happen. I mean, I haven't heard no solid plans yet, so we'll see what you come up with.
Which I will reach out to you probably Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Depending on what time.
I'll be looking for it.
Depending on what time you get to town.
Yeah. We're going to leave here around 10 o'clock, so we'll probably be there around 11:30, 12, go eat lunch, and then you tell me where you want to meet on campus. We'll see if we can meet up.
I'll let you know the details after this.
Sounds good.
But Aggies, Gators, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, Saturday night on ESPN.
Man, I am excited about this game.
But the Aggies are going throwback. Massive throwback. Try 1975 throwback.
Yeah, my grandfather would love this game if he was still around because that's he was watching he watched Aggie football from when he graduated and I think it was 62 all the way. I mean, his father went to Texas A&M, so he knew about A&M long before them. They were listening to it on the radio, I'm sure, in the 1970s.
Marcel Reed this last weekend. 13-23, 180, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and he was sacked once. Reuben Owens had the game of the year for him.
Yep.
21
His
carries.
career, probably.
21 carries, 142. Le'Veon Moss, 11 for 36. Mario Craver, 2 for 35 and a touchdown. Marcel Reed, 6 for 30 and a touchdown. Morrow, 5 for 30. KC Concepcion, 2 for 22. Mari Daniels, 3 for 5. Nate Borkacher, 1 for 3.
So you think Le'Veon Moss is healthy enough here in this game to take his lead rollback?
So what we've been hearing is that the stomach issue that he left the game with, he's been dealing with all year, including offseason.
So it looked like he had an ankle kind of limp. You think it was like his stomach? Is that what he's been dealing with?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
we've been hearing that it's a stomach issue that he's been dealing with all off season.
yeah, and I'm watching the game and seeing him. He was just limping off the field. So I think it was a combination of stuff that was holding him back last game. So hopefully he's rearing and ready to go for this game.
And then Mario Craver, 6 for 80. Casey Concepcion, touchdown wise, led this team. 4 touchdowns or four receptions, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
All right. I have a second question for you now. Who gets more yards this game, Craver or KC?
Well, let's go to my handy dandy notepad on my phone.
Oh, are you blue clueless in it?
So, based on what I've looked at, I think they tie this week.
Tie for both 100 yards.
Bingo.
Okay, that would be great.
KC, 7 catches for 100.
Okay.
Mario Craver, 5 for 100.
Okay.
And a touchdown.
All
Terry
right.
Bussey, 2 for 40 and a touchdown. And then then one tight end. It could be Borkacher. It could be.
I want to see Theo get back in the action.
Theo,
Let it be Theo. Let it be Theo
Black,
this week.
one of those 3. 1 for 20.
Yeah.
Moss, 100 yards.
Let's do it. Is that passing and rushing, or is that just rushing? Okay, 100 yards rushing. All right.
And then Ruben Owens, 70 yards and a touchdown.
Okay. I could live with all that. That means we did good.
Marcel Reed, 15 for 20, 260, 2 touchdowns.
All right.
On top of that, 45 yards rushing.
Ooh, so he's gonna open the game up with his legs a little bit this against Florida, is what you're saying.
I think so.
You think he gets it all in one play, or you think it's like
I think it's broken up.
Okay. All right. We got 10 here, 10 there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But the big thing that I do want to bring up is the balance. I'll bring this up here later in the show. It's the rankings of where A&M ranks at certain categories, like points per game, passing yards, rushing yards per game. But Ruben Owens this last week had 1 catch for 19, Terry Bussey 1 for 13, and Nate Borkacher 1 for 7. Mm-hmm. But DJ Lagway is the question right now. And Josh Pate brought this question up. Do the Florida Gators revert back to the old Florida Gators, where you have an idea of what you're going to get, or do they stay the same team that they were when they played Florida last weekend?
That is the question of the weekend. I honestly, I really don't know. But what I do know is I think Texas A&M's defense is going to make Gators pay this weekend one way or another. Either it's going to be turnovers, several sacks, get them flustered. They may still be able to get some yardage, but we'll see. We'll see if Florida can get in the groove.
DJ Lagway last weekend against our arch rivals, TUPU.
Woohoo!
DJ Lagway went 21 of 28, 298, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He was sacked 0 times.
That's got to change.
Ball, 27 carries, 107 and a touchdown.
Okay.
Clark, 9 for 38. Brown, 1 for 14.
Okay.
The thing that I would love to see us limit are those big runs.
Right. So do you think A&M's going to hold Florida under 100 yards rushing like they've been doing with these other 2 teams? You think they've got it in them?
Well, the question is it'll be when we get to this. Florida had 159 yards rushing last weekend.
Right. Who's got a better defense?
I think our defense is better than Texas.
I would love to brag all about that, so I hope that's the case.
I think it's flip-flopped.
You think we give them 52 yards? Florida's going to have 52 yards rushing?
I think our defense is good enough.
Yeah, I do too.
But their receiving game, Dallas Wilson, the freshman, 6 catches, 111, 2 touchdowns.
I did not realize he was a freshman. Is he a true freshman?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Brown, 3 for 72. Sturdivant, 2 for 42. Hanson, 2 for 30. Mizell, 4 for 18. Ball, 3 for 16. Livingston, 1 for 9.
Okay.
So the matchup breakdown between Florida and Texas from last weekend.
Well, yeah, keep going.
Florida had 22 first downs. That's a big stat.
Yeah.
When you could have a game where you have 22 first downs, where you're clicking at 50% on third down.
Which was kind of a surprise to me because against Miami, Florida went 0 for 13 on third down.
Which is what we did to Auburn.
Right. So I was kind of surprised to see Texas struggle that much.
I would put our defense up there with Miami.
Well, I mean, we've been playing that way the last 2 weeks. Correct. Yep.
And then they did not attempt a fourth down at all. Florida didn't.
Interesting. Okay.
They had 159 yards rushing, while Texas only had 52. Wow. They had the same amount of passing yards, but Florida won this game based on total yardage, 457 yards.
That 52 yards rushing right there that Texas has, was most of that Arch Manning?
I want to say so.
Yeah, and if that's the case, they're really going to struggle because A&M's not giving up 52 yards rushing to Arch Manning. I can tell you we're going to have someone spying him the whole time, and he will not be doing that.
I did get a report. It looks like Scooby, he is probable to play this week.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how we do that with Sanford playing so well. So it's going to be kind of a
rotational thing.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to kind of figure out who has the hot hand in the game and let them play. That's going to be interesting to see.
Florida had 6 sacks on Saturday against Texas.
That is no bueno. Okay.
But
they didn't allow a single sack?
They did not allow a single sack.
That's got to change this weekend. We've got to get 3 or 4. We've got to get DJ flustered. That's the whole reason he was so accurate last weekend, because he wasn't being pressured like he needed to be.
Yeah. Florida threw 1 interception.
Yeah.
Punted 5 times. Had 7 penalties. And they had 2 fumbles, 1 of them lost.
Okay.
So basically, Florida controlled this clock. 34 minutes, 7 seconds. While Texas had it for 25:53.
Interesting. I do not see Florida repeating that same kind of success in Aggieland. I don't see it. With the way our defense is playing, Florida's got to struggle more than that.
And I don't think you saw what I said. This defense, A&M's defense, is approaching elite territory.
Correct. Yep.
They're 1 for 23 defensively on third down.
Correct.
In the last 2 games.
And SEC play. Those weren't 2 small nobody schools. Those were SEC teams.
Yeah. But going into this matchup, we have to take a trip back down memory lane. 2024, Aggies go to the Swamp. It's Marcel's first start for A&M.
Yeah.
11-17, 178 and 2 touchdowns. Le'Veon Moss, 18 carries, 110.
Yep.
Just let that sink in. This was Marcel's first start. A&M goes to the Swamp and wins 33-20.
Right, and Marcel Reed was gashing them all over the place. They couldn't figure out if he was going to run it or pass it. And then they would, as soon as they thought they had him cornered, they would give it to Moss, and Moss would run all over him. It was an excellent. It was a very well
Game.
They played it. They called it. Yeah, that's what you said. They called it very well. And so, yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of that game.
And
I think that was a lot more difficult game than A&M's getting credit for last year, winning that one. I think people are like, oh, no, Florida wasn't good. No, Florida, toward the end of the season, was rattling off win after win after win. So I think in Gainesville, as Texas learned last week, it is not a give me. And the Aggies did it last year.
And like if you look, Marcel Reed 13 of 83 last year in the Swamp.
Yep.
And a touchdown.
Yep. He's not going to have that much rushing this time because we're trying to. He came in to flash and show his skill because we didn't know exactly what he was going to bring, but now we know, and we don't want him to get hurt. So
the current Cincinnati Bearcat, former Aggie Cyrus Allen, 3 for 81, a touchdown. Theo Mellon Orstrom, 1 catch, 29 yards, and a touchdown.
That catch up the middle that Theo had was probably one of my favorites of the season. I mean, it was just a bullet, and he just wrapped it right on the end, the goal line. Yeah.
Amari Daniels, 1 for 22. Moose Muhammad, 1 for 20. Trey Watson, 1 for 15. We were chewing up big yardage.
Man, Moose Muhammad. I would tell you, he is hearing that name again just reminds me of how disappointed I am at the production we got out of that guy because he had sticky hands. He just couldn't get his game together, but he could have been a phenomenal player. I'm just sad that, now we're talking about him again.
Florida last year against A&M, Graham Mertz, 12 of 15, 159, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But then you go to DJ Lagway, 6 of 13, 54, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
I think it's coming back to me. They were like rotating in the game. Like they would put one in the one drive and one in the next.
And then I think Mertz got hurt and they rolled with DJ the rest of the way.
Okay. Yeah.
But like if you look down at the very bottom, DJ Lagway, 4 catches for -20. So he only had 34 total yards in this game.
Ooh, he was getting sacked, you mean? Wow, okay.
And then Chim DK, 6 for 91 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And like they still have a couple of the same pieces like Hanson and Livingston are still there.
Yep.
But before we go into that, do we want to do a uniform reveal?
Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm stoked. I love you.
So as we said, Aggies are going throwback, like 1975 throwback. But we have the video, and here it is.
David Shipman at quarterback, Bubba B, Ronnie Hubbie, and Skip Walker in the backfield.
The team finished the year as Southwest Conference champions.
Yeah, that's a good looking jersey. That jersey is what the 2012 through 2017, 18 era jersey that we wore, that pinstripe on the side, on the shoulders. Yeah,
but then the A&M logo with the huge T on the side.
Yeah, that I don't think I'll ever get used to that logo because I never really was around that logo.
So before we go into the next slide, which y'all probably saw before, it was the receiving yards leaders in the SEC. after week 6. The Aggies have 2 players in that.
Yep.
But before we go into that, I want to go through because we're 7 weeks in now.
Oh man, yep. Man, we're halfway through. I can't believe it. I'm about to shed a tear.
But points per game offensively for A&M, we are averaging 34.8. That's ranked 42nd in the country.
Okay.
Total yardage per game, 467. That's 22nd in the nation.
I'm not complaining about that at all.
Passing yards, 271. That's 35th. Rushing yards per game, 195. That's 37th. 20-plus yard plays were ranked 16th in the country.
That's good, yeah.
Sacks allowed, we've only allowed 7. That's 38th in the country.
Okay.
Defensively, we're allowing 21 points per game on average.
Yep.
That's 48th in the country. Total yardage, we're allowing, I'm just running this up. I'm going to say 290. That's 21st in the country. Passing yards, we're allowing 180 a game. That's 32nd. We're allowing 109 yards rushing per game. That's also 32nd. We're allowing 18 plays of 20 or 20 plus yards per play.
Okay.
We're allowing 18 explosive plays on average.
Okay.
This season, which is 46th in the country.
So you said 21 points per game, right? A&M was allowing?
Yes.
Okay. Florida's only allowing 17. That's my one stat for this podcast. Florida's only allowing 17 points per game. I think A&M blows that one out of the water.
Sacks per game, we're averaging we're averaging right at 4 sacks a game.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's 6th in the country.
That's really good. Yeah.
So,
and one thing about the sacks real quick is that it's not just one person. Yes, Cassius Howe has, he's
7.
He's on track to have some of the most sacks of anybody. I don't remember in the last however many years. But what I was going to say is there's anybody on the team could make a sack, and that's why we're 6th in the country, because it could come from anywhere at any moment, and that's like, what the strength I think of A&M defense
like
is.
Dayon Hayes.
Yeah,
Damian Stanford.
Hayes had some nice film before he showed up at A&M, and he's proving it in SEC play that he could still do it. And I like that.
And like he came to us from Dion.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. But
he was
really
in Colorado.
Play. He really didn't play much in Colorado.
But
he played like one game.
He went to Pitt before he went to Colorado.
Yeah, that's where the film that I saw was when he's at Pitt. Yeah, he was a nasty little player at Pitt.
But receiving yards leaders through 6 weeks. Number 1, out of Texas A&M, Mario Craver with 557.
That's good, man. Chris is catching up, though. Chris Braswell is catching up on him.
Out of Tennessee with 531.
Yeah.
Number 3, KC Concepcion with 401. Number 4, Arkansas wide receiver Omega Blake at 399. Jeremy Bernard from Alabama with 392. Kevin Coleman out of Missouri with 386. Brennan Thompson from Mississippi State at 7 with 378.
Okay.
Number 8, Tennessee wide receiver Mike Matthews with 370.
So Tennessee has 2 in the top 10 as well. Okay.
Mississippi State has 2 in the top 10.
Okay, yeah.
Number 9, Anthony Evans with 364. And number 10, Ole Miss Trey Wallace with 361.
Like 40% of this list played or is playing at Mississippi State. That's kind of funny. A lot of these wide receivers were at Mississippi State last year. So that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mario Craver was
Mhm.
at state last year. It's funny seeing 2 shades of maroon on here.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I wanted to mention while I was thinking about this is I remember SEC Mike putting these out last year, and guess who was not on this list at all last year?
Craver.
Well, okay, well, I mean, I'm talking about A&M in general. A&M was never on this list. Noah was our leading receiver, and he never even showed up on this list the whole season. So
Yeah.
that is a big time change. 2 transfers that
In
Mike
the top
Elko.
5. In the top 5.
Well, correct, yeah, and it's just completely revitalized the passing game. So that good on the recruiting.
That's a huge point to bring up.
Yeah. Yep.
But injury report. This came out last night at just about after 8:00 my time. Out
It
for
is.
Florida.
It's
Out
so
for
nice.
Florida. Yeah.
I was just say it's so nice that A&M only has 2 hurt players that are showing up on these lists every week, because in the past it felt like 30.
5 or 7 or
Yeah,
more.
it just felt like a bunch. So it's the either strength and conditioning, or we're just having some pretty good luck this year.
Out for Florida, running back number 5, Webb. Edge rusher number 11, LJ McCray. DB number 13, Aaron Gates. Running back number 20, Duke Clark. Defensive back number 27, Dijon Johnson. And defensive line number 88, Caleb Banks. And I think Clark was one of their big backs last week.
Yeah.
So that's one guy that's down for them. Questionable. Wide receiver number 11, Aiden Mizell. Wide receiver number 14, Moose Takora. Running back number 24, Jacoby Jackson. Offensive lineman number 57, Devon Manuel. Offensive lineman number 71, Roderick Kearney. Tight end number 86, Tony Livingston. And then one of their big defensive linemen's out.
Yeah.
But for A&M, this has actually changed. Jared Kerr, number 33, it says he's out, but he's actually questionable as of today.
Okay.
And then probable linebacker number 0, Scooby Williams.
So he's probable on the list instead of questionable?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What are we doing? Is this like Ole Miss and all these injuries on Florida? Are they playing mind games, or so? What is with all these questionable players? I mean, come on.
That's a good question because I don't even know.
Yeah.
But this weekend, it is a night game, 6 p.m. Central on ESPN.
They've got the field painted from black back to maroon. I'm like, how much work did that take to go back? What did they do? Wash the field off with like some paint?
They probably had like pressure wash it.
Yeah, I'm like, what? They go from back. I thought they might go black on the field 2 weeks in a row or something, but no, they're going back to the throwback theme, maroon and everything. I think they left the script Aggies on the field though.
They did go Aggie script on the field, but they went maroon end zones with the double stripe on each side.
Yeah. I thought they might throw back the logo, but they didn't. They still have the Texas logo out there from what I saw.
On midfield.
Yeah, midfield, yeah.
But score prediction.
Uh-oh. You
If
gonna make
we
me go
say
first
the
again?
same thing again this week, I will laugh.
You will laugh. I might cry. My prediction, I was thinking about this earlier. I've got to give Aggie defense a lot more credit now. The last 2 weeks, I didn't give them enough credit, and they just completely kept the team from getting very close at all to my score. I was way over on the opposing team. And so I'm going Aggies 34, Florida 17.
Okay, at least we didn't go the same place this week.
All right, good. What do you got them both scoring 80? Okay. So I would love to see that. I'm just not sure if Florida gets a little bit of a groove, if A&M can get that many points. But we'll see. They could. It could happen.
Well, I'm gonna say this: in my opinion, we're better than they are.
Oh, for sure. Without a doubt.
If we can hold that running game to 100 yards or a little less, like what we did with Notre Dame,
Yep.
I don't think Lagway has the arm to do it. I think if we can replicate last year,
Mm-hmm.
we should have no problem winning this ball game.
I'm going to disagree a little bit. I think Lagway has the arm to do it. Is he healthy enough to do it? That's the question. I think DJ Lagway's still dealing with an injury, and he looked a lot better after a bye week where he got to sit out and come back against Texas. Either Texas's defense sucks or DJ Lagway just had a all season game. So, I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle.
That was the big thing that I think Josh Pate brought up was, can A&M or can Florida continue what they did to Austin or against it's Texas?
I don't see it because I don't think A&M's going to allow that to happen. I think the defense is going to be scheming and ready to go and to confuse DJ Lagway.
And it was brought up. It was brought up because I was watching Josh Pate earlier today. He made the statement that A&M went into the swamp last year and beat Florida.
Yep.
So A&M's not a one-off. They're not a one-trick pony.
No, they're not.
They went into the swamp, which is in my opinion, one of the top 10 hardest places to play in college football.
Correct. I agree.
And they went in there and took care of business last year with a first-time starter.
Right. And it was just a masterful game plan by the coaches, I think, to pull that one off last year.
And Texas goes in the swamp last week and they can't handle it.
Right. Yeah.
But
I think
Florida hasn't been to Kyle Field in a minute. It's been a couple of years.
I know they were there in 2012. I know they came back COVID year in 2020. I don't remember.
2022.
They came back in 22. Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a couple of years since they've been at Kyle Field. With A&M undefeated, I expect that crowd Saturday night to blow everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been...
The 12th man will come, and they're going to be ready.
Oh, they're going to be ready.
Florida is not ready for that.
Right. Do you think we have more people show up to the game? We had the fifth most last week. It was 108,500 and something.
It was like 108,572, something like that.
Yeah. Do you think we got more this week?
I think we probably hit 109.
But dude, that would be so sweet. I would love to see that. We'll be up there, like third or fourth, some all time something. If we can get that high, that'd be good.
The most all time at Kyle Field for a game was 2014 against Ole Miss or 2012 against Ole Miss, one of the two, with over 110,000.
Right. That was when the stadium was in a weird configuration, when they had extra seats in there that were kind of in an awkward corner, but people could fit in there. And we'll probably never quite get that many in there again. But that was a good,
And I think you could see probably hit that 109.
Yeah. I want to go back to the one thing you were talking about earlier is like why you're so confident that Texas A&M is going to do well against Florida this Saturday. And you kind of hinted at it, and I'm just going to emphasize on it. I think it's because A&M, one, they've been playing excellent on defense. That they've been the last 2 weeks, they've played really well against SEC opponents. Granted, I think both of those offenses weren't that great, but I think A&M's defense is coming alive. I think they're going to carry that on to this week against Florida. And then the next thing I want to mention is that A&M's offense is not a one-trick pony. We can pass the ball. We can run the ball. even we could get Marcel Reed in there to if things are getting kind of stale, he can shake it up with his legs. So A&M
Like,
has
go
so
back
many
to last week.
ways to get
Go
it
back to
done.
last week.
Yeah.
He literally broke that defensive player's ankles.
Yeah. He did that against Florida last year this time. But and one last point I want to make is that A&M has done such a good job doing multiple things. It's like they don't know
They're
Florida,
multifaceted.
right. Florida's not going to be able to pick on one thing and just stick on that. And the last thing I'm going to say is we kind of go the way that Marcel Reed goes. If Marcel Reed is on point, if he can hit a deep pass, we can blow the game out and it's going to be 42 to whatever. If Marcel Reed kind of struggles for a quarter, it's going to be a little bit more, I think, in the 30s, or so 30s to high 20s for his score.
So I think this team, and you'll agree with me on this, I think this A&M team can put up upper 30s, low 40s every game if they wanted to.
I agree 100%.
Because we have that talent. You have a top 5 wide receiver in the SEC in Mario Craver. You have a top 5 wide receiver in the SEC in Casey Concepcion. You have, in my opinion, one of the best backs in the SEC in Le'Veon Moss and Ruben Owens.
Yeah.
And Amari Daniels.
And we have a freshman running back that's playing really well. The one thing that caught me off guard last week, and I kept wondering why I was not seeing more Amari Daniels. I was like, why is he not getting on the field, especially on these short yard? I'm like, is it a disciplinary thing, or is it just they have more faith in Moss? I mean, not Moss, Ruben Owen.
If there's anything I could say to this coaching staff is when you're down there inside the 5, take the points.
Yeah. Kick a couple field goals, please.
Because that's just my coaching mindset coming out. Because you're down there, you're inside the 5. You do not want to get all the way down there and come wait with nothing.
Right.
In my opinion, if it's early in the game, don't gamble with it.
Especially since A&M has tried to bully ball it into the end zone a couple of times this year, and they didn't get there. Get the 3 points. I agree. I'm right there with you.
Like going into that series in the red zone, that failed 4th down happened. They were perfect. They were 12 for 12 in the red zone. 10 touchdowns, 2 field goals in the red zone.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you what kind of pisses me off, especially nowadays. You see this a lot, and A&M does it, and I honestly, I don't know why we do it. Is they do it out of the shotgun. The pistol? 4th and 1 out of pistol. What do you mean?
It was out of pistol.
Yeah. Well, where the quarterback is standing back 3 or 4 yards and getting ready to hand it off, instead of being up under the center, ready to go, snapping the ball.
That's a telltale sign right there.
Right.
Because I would have done, and I went back and watched that play over and over and over. All that to the right side was wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Why not run a read option right there?
Right.
Or get Theo open.
Or if you're gonna run the dang ball, get up there under the center, snap the ball, force a wedge, push them in the back and get it done. Push. Yeah, I mean hand it off quickly to the running back right there at the goal line. Like don't start 4 yards back. I mean, come on. Any NFL team is going to tell you what the hell are you doing. So
exactly,
I don't get that.
But Aggies, if you're going to the game this weekend and you see either of us,
hey, I met a Twitter fan last week. He stopped me and he said, "Hey, you recognize this logo on Twitter?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And he introduced me to his family. So it's really cool to meet people from Twitter or even the show. Yeah. Say hi.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to come say hi.
Yeah.
If you see us outside the stadium or even inside, don't be afraid to come and say hey.
Yeah. I'm a friendly guy, I promise. I'm just as friendly on here as I am at the games, and I'll shake your hand.
Yeah, like I'm the same way. Like I'm a big old teddy bear.
Yep.
I won't bite. I promise.
Yep. You're not a grizzly bear, you sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But Ags, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. While you're at it, go to the chicken. Go to the chicken.
Let's go 6-0. Come on, let's do it. Gig 'em.
But Ags, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thanks and gig 'em.